Once upon a time, there was a young boy. His name was Sipho. Sipho in the Xhosa language means a gift. Children are like gifts, very good ones. Now Sipho, he was a small boy and he had one problem, only one, and it was his voice. He was what people in South Africa say vocally wounded. That means he had a tiny little voice and he loved singing with his friends, but no one could hear him. You know, he would go, that's as loud as he could sing. And one day, his teacher at choir said, Sipho, you don't make any difference. I can't even hear you. Go away. Go for a walk. Sipho was very upset. He loved singing so much. So he came out of the classroom and he shoot the chickens that were sitting there. Can you hear the chickens? You make a sound of chickens? Quack, 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 quack. Lots of them. Quack, quack, quack. He went past the cows and the goats. Go away. I'm upset. He went into the forest and the birds were singing. Let's hear the birds singing. Come on, everybody's a bird. Close your eyes. Eventually he said, shush birds, I'm upset. And they all stopped singing. He sat under a tree and he started to cry. Eventually he stopped because he thought, okay, crying, it doesn't really help. I mean, you do feel a little better when you had a good cry, but your problem is still there. So he said, I know what I'll do. I'll train my voice like opera singers do. They put their hands like this in the morning and they go, Bello signor. You know how to do that, eh? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Bella signor. Or maybe I'll find an instrument. Yeah. He looked around to see what he could find. And under the tree, there was a piece of pipe. It had a hole on the side. So Sipho started trying out things, blowing, singing, to see if it made his voice big. Tasted funny. So he washed the pipe in the river nearby. This is a river. It's a low-budget production. And he was looking at this pipe and he was about to start crying again because it wasn't making his voice big. When a bee came and the bee landed on his pipe and started to clean his wings like bees do. And Sipho said, hey, my pipe is not a toilet for bees. And he was about to give the bee a big smack when he thought, wait, maybe he's going to sting me. And you know what? I think she's trying to tell me something. She's moving her legs and her wings. That's how bees talk sometimes, you know. So he said, okay, bee, tell me. I'm listening. Huh? Huh? But bees don't speak, do they? No, never. Instead of speaking, the bee walked to the hole on the side of the pipe, put its wings over the hole, covering it completely, and then it buzzed. It went bzzz, and it sounded loud. And then the bee went bzzz, and it landed on a piece of plastic, piece of rubbish that was floating about under the tree. Now, when Sipho looked at the plastic, he realized what the bee was trying to tell him. Because this is a bit like bee's wings. Very big bee. So he took a bit of a plastic and he put it on his pipe, covering the hole there in the middle, just like the bee had done with its wings. And then he ran home, which was very, very close by, a couple of steps. And he took a bit of sticky stuff, sticky tape, like electrical insulation tape, that's the best. And he glued the plastic on either side of the hole so he wouldn't fly off when he played his instrument. Because he knew this was the instrument that was going to make his voice big. So he put it between his teeth. He closed his lips around it. He took a deep breath and he blew into his pipe. Maybe you should block your ears. It might be very loud, just in case, okay? Block your ears. So, are you ready? And it didn't work. So he thought, maybe I'll blow on the other side. And you try that. And it still didn't work. Maybe I blow on one side and block the other side with my finger. You have to try everything with this. Let's see. Okay, this is my good idea. Sounds like a mouse or something. Not very good. And then he remembered. The bee wasn't just sitting there. When it was showing him how to do it, it was buzzing. So he buzzed like a bee. Bzz, bzz, bzz. I can do that, so can you, right? Bzz, 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 bzz. And he did it inside there. Bzz, bzz, bzz. It's not gonna work. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Bzz, bzz, bzz. And that's when Sipho, he got to have the biggest voice in the village. He was so loud that all his friends had to make themselves one of those. In English they call them kazoos. And that's when the big kazoo band was made.